All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Elite 100. Great to see you guys. Hopefully, you are having an amazing week. Dan, what's up? Two Dans, Dan squared. If you guys could turn your cameras on, appreciate it. I think we have a few people out on ours over in Jerusalem. And I think we have a few people that are preoccupied today. But good to see you guys. And let's start with some wins, and we'll do the mastermind principles. I want to start with one myself. I have released 14 pounds in about 6 weeks from just focusing on it and eating clean. And obviously I'm kind of jumping on Laura's coattails here because she has a competition coming up, and she is competing, I think, in 3 weeks, mid-September. So hold some energy for that. But it's been a while since I actually focused on my health for a long period of time, and it feels amazing. So that's my win. Who else has some wins they want to share?
I have.
Hi, Ben. Where are you, brother? I can't. There you are.
Here I am.
What's happening?
So this weekend, I went to I was invited to the Porsche Concours d'Elegance that awards the most elegant car in the in the Caribbean region, and I got the first place.
Oh, wow. Like in a car show.
Yeah, in a car show. I got the first place.
That's funny. It's like showing off your pet, but showing off your car. What did first place entail?
The first place entails just a recognition, and it makes the car super valuable because
right.
You can say there is only two as my cars in the entire US. There is one in Colorado and one in Puerto Rico. But then once the important thing is that now this car has the first place, so it has the word and so on.
I love it. Dan's asking for some pictures.
Yes. I have pictures of the car, the professional pictures of the, let me see if I have here. Let me just.
Maybe you can put them in the chat.
Yeah, I can put them in the chat.
Yeah.
The professional pictures of the event, they will upload them in the Porsche Cloud of America pretty soon.
Very cool.
But let me see if I can put here to Elite 100. Here you go. That's the car. I put it in the chat.
Very cool. This will be the same one that you're gonna let me drive when we come down, huh?
Of course.
Bill, you handsome bastard. What's happening?
I'm here, Brian. So I could hear, but I couldn't talk. So are you saying that you used to be a fatty?
I was for a minute there. Yeah. I got up to when I liquidated. No, I was. For me, my daughter will tell you. For me, I had like 15 pounds of,
Maddie, is he a fatty?
Yeah. But what happened is I changed my environment, right? I started traveling. 2 years ago, I started traveling all over the place, and then I liquidated everything in Mass, sold my house, came to Florida. Complete environment change, and that shifted my paradigm. I allowed that to shift my 35 years of working out. So we're back on track, and I want to thank my lovely, cuter half, Laura, for kicking my butt and being an example, because it's because she's competing why I jumped on the bandwagon. It's pretty easy to follow when your other half is doing it. So thank you.
God, Brian, I remember the days when I was your other cuter half, but that's fine.
You still are, you devil.
Okay, thank you.
So what's good in your world, brother? What are some wins you got?
We are definitely increasing our business in pretty much every single aspect. We sold 30 movies last week.
Choosh.
Remember where it used to be like one a day and then one a day and then one a day. Now it's 30 and one fell sweep. Yeah, so It's pretty amazing.
That is amazing. I remember hearing your story. Like, it used to be a challenge to sell a couple movies a year. Like, most producers don't do that in a year, every 2 years. Like a couple
movies. Most producers are still doing maybe 1 to 3 movies a year, maybe.
Right. So that's huge. There's no end. There's no end to it. Awesome.
New people.
Well,
Brian, I have a win too. It's not a professional one, but
win's the win, brother.
So personal win. So my and I consider this a win. My dad passed away on Friday. And he, after a long journey with Parkinson's and cancer, and we were all with him. We all had our hands on him. He took his last breaths, and it's bittersweet. He chose to go with dignity. What dignity he had left as far as like being able to move. He couldn't move. his last week, but we were able to be there with him. We were 24 hours a day. We took 2-hour shifts through the night. So he knew he was loved, and he came to on Thursday for a half hour, like 25 minutes to be exact. And during that period of time, my boys had just gotten back from vacation, had walked in the door. He was being changed with hospice, and the adrenaline kicked in, and he was aware, and they were able to talk with him, interact with him, tell him that they loved him. He told them they loved them. And just, it was magical. 25 minutes. It was the last time he was with us mentally. Because that was my win for the week.
Yeah, maybe tell these guys a little bit about your dad. I was blown away. Like, he did 75 push-ups in a row at age 75. Like, he was a bull.
He was one of the best physical therapists probably in the nation. But he was a very, very well respected in that regard, and he knew body mechanics. He was instructing the nurses how to offload him out of the wheelchair. You know, he just couldn't help himself. And he should patent this. You know, if ever you have a back issue, this was for everyone here. When you're driving, put a pot holder under your left bum cheek or your right bum cheek. It's that simple. And your back problems will go away. Like, he just knew the body, and yeah, he was a beast. He follows Brian's example as far as you know, being able to getting himself in and out of the wheelchair. He was like, that's a good thing I did all those dips for all those years. So just a massive physical specimen that you know, chose, like, the dignity part was it because he lost his physical abilities, and that was what he did. It was a blow. It was blow every day that he couldn't move.
I'm glad to see
for us who don't know what a pot holder is, what is that?
Literally an oven mitt.
Oh, oven mitt. Okay. Why don't you say so?
It's you know, it just has enough fabric. It gets you that 1/4 inch, and it changes typically when you're driving. Like, your left bum cheek sinks into the seat a little bit. That's just because you're going in and out of the seat, and it'll change. Try it. Just try it. Let me know how it goes.
I'm sure Brian will too. You know how he likes stuff in his house.
We'll take that.
Come on, Igor. It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
It's noon.
Ian, you know your dad is still right here, right? You can talk to him anytime, as Bob always says. Basically, he's right here. She's right here. Talk to him. Talk to him.
This material, I'll tell you, and Brian, you know, I had a one-on-one scheduled with Brian like 2 hours after this happened, and I did that because I wanted to say thank you, because this material is what I was, you know, my dad had introduced this to me when I was, you know, 25 years ago, but it went right back to him. And I remember I introduced him to Brian one time down in Florida 2 years ago on Zoom, and he like ate this material up because I fed it right back to him. And talk about, you know, keeping him motivated, and then the spiritual plane, and then being on the intellectual and the physical and the spiritual. He's right there. He's on the spiritual side, and it made it so much easier for me and my family.
That's awesome.
I love that. That's a great win. Great win, brother. Way to kick it off. And I love how you're looking at that as a win, because so Bob had a very similar situation. People, Phil, you were one of them, weren't you? Didn't you physically go up, or no?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So Bob was able to see, like, everybody was given love. And from what I understand, he was like, don't cry for me, guys. Like, I'm excited.
No, he did. He said, do not cry for me. But it was really hard. I mean, but again, even having studied this for so long, you still have those emotions, but it definitely helps you.
Definitely helps.
So, I mean, good job. I mean, really great.
Awesome. Well, who would love to read the mastermind principles to kick us off here? And I can pull them up.
I'll read them, Brian.
Okay, let me.
Oh, no, Yen had her hand up. Never mind.
Okay,
she's
yeah.
good at reading too.
Here we go.
Okay, you can do it. You got it. Carrie, do you want to read it? You can read it, honey.
That's okay. Go ahead. No worries.
All right. So hold on one second. All right. I release myself to the mastermind because I am strong when I have others to help me. I believe the combined intelligence of the mastermind creates a wisdom far beyond my own. I understand that I will more easily create positive results in my life when I'm open to looking at myself, my problems, and opportunities from another's point of view. I decide I decide to release my desire totally in trust to the mastermind, and I'm open to accepting new possibilities. I forgive. I forgive myself for mistakes I have made. I also forgive others who have hurt me in the past so I can move into the future with a clean slate. I ask the mastermind to hear what I really want, my goals, my dreams, and my desires, and I hear my mastermind partner supporting me in my fulfillment. I accept. I know, relax, and accept, believing that the working power of the mastermind will respond to my every need. I am grateful knowing this is so. Dedication and covenant. I now have a covenant in which it is agreed that the mastermind shall supply me with an abundance of all things necessary to live a success-filled and happy life. I dedicate myself to be of maximum service to the world and my fellow human beings, to live in a manner that will set the highest example for others to follow, and to remain an open channel of God's will. I go forth with a spirit of enthusiasm, excitement, and expectancy.
Thank you so much for that. Love those mastermind principles. So, guys, a little bit of housekeeping before we move forward. Now we're going to just continue on with accountability from a couple of weeks ago. We have the second round of Contact Ninjas investment coming to a close pretty soon, next couple of months. I know Dan Barnett has doubled down, Kevin Lee doubled down. Anybody interested? I know Ara doubled down. Just reach out to me. We'll get you guys in tune with that. If anybody's interested in the breakout investment that Cody and Devin presented a couple of weeks ago, I have the documents on that. I already sent them to Kevin and Ara and Kyle. So if anybody else wants those, just
Yeah, I'd like to see it, Brian.
You want those?
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it.
All right, I'll send them to Phil. Anybody else?
Well, don't act so excited about it.
Just taking a note, brother. Another thing, tonight at 6 p.m., we have a special guest coming on the Inner Circle, a health and fitness coach. This is Laura's professional macro-based health and fitness coach. He trains professional bodybuilders and athletes, and he's coming on the Inner Circle. And Carrie, can you drop the link in here at some point for the Inner Circle for these guys? And it also reminds me to remind you guys that you have access, as Elite 100 members, you have access to the Inner Circle, which is Tuesday nights at 6, and Thinking in the Results, which is Monday nights at 8. So I always recommend that it's good to go back through Thinking in the Results on your own. We'll do it together here at some point. Maybe after we get through a couple more books, we'll jump right back into TIR, go through it again, because I really designed that program to level you up. Every time you go through that 6 months, it levels you up. And you can't go through it enough times. So my team goes through it. I've been through it a bunch of times. But you guys have access, and I just wanted to remind you that it's not just the Elite 100. You have access to everything Matrix. All right. Anybody have any questions on that before we go forward? All right. Let me flip over here and see where we left off. And we are studying God Works Through You. I think we left off on chapter 2. You guys are probably way ahead of that now. And when we study these books, I just keep reading them and reading them and reading them. God Works Through You over and over and over again. And then once every few weeks, we review some chapters here. So the study that we're all going through now is God Works Through You. And you should all have that. Does anybody not have that? Pretty sure we gave it to you guys at one of the retreats or something. So cool. All right. Ian, why don't we start with you, bud? What is your goal? And what are you currently facing that we might be able to help, or any challenges?
So my goal is, I'm so happy and grateful now that I and my team are preserving in excess of 1 million acres of farmland with renewable energy generation that keeps in excess of 1,000 existing and 1,000 new farm families economically viable, and helps me earn in excess of $8 million per month on a continuous basis in a godly manner with grace and ease.
Very cool. Why don't, first off, what have you done like last, obviously you had your dad's passing, but last couple of weeks, what can you say that you've done specifically towards the 8 million a month, towards that goal?
So I'm working on finalizing a contract for 5 projects for Soul Land, which is a management company. I was supposed to be in Barbados today, this week, for a new client with the EU, a French company, and this would be pioneering dual use in the Caribbean. So that's a 1,800 sheep project that they're looking for me to help design. And then for did an agri-solar clearinghouse event, which is a USDA sponsored event on Wednesday, presented to the USDA and scientists from 5 different universities and 40 different people at this event. So this is kicking things off. We're applying for a part of $2 million grant applications with the USDA, one for Rutgers University and one for a private company with projects in upstate New York and Illinois. And what else happened the past 2 weeks? I just got booked to speak at Virginia Tech for an event. So our name recognition is happening. Looking forward to working with Mac and with Keaton to get more of a framework and present a packet for Phil and to talk with some influencers when that time is right. And join the Renourish studio. We're going to be presenting with them in October for regenerative agriculture. And then finally was in a video that is going to air soon in a New York Times article as well. So that's, yeah.
Okay.
That's great.
That's awesome. That's really, really good. A lot of massive action. So what, if anything, can we help you with your immediate needs? Anything coming up where we might be able to help you promote something or connect you with somebody? Or
I think that the conference did a whole bunch for me. Like meeting Mac, meeting Keaton, getting to know everyone in person, and then keying things up with Phil. Like, it's just a matter of time before all these things fall into place. So that part I feel really good about. I guess the refocus. Dan just sent me a book. With my dad is no excuse, but it was all hands for the past since the conference, and so I kind of got a little distracted from the mission, and sort of like waiting. So next week I'm going to Barbados, and I'm hoping that little break and processing all the stuff with the family. The week after that, I'll renew the intent.
cool.
So I'm not sure specifically, Brian. I think so. Thoughts and prayers are great for helping that continue.
Yeah, that's one thing we can
Are
all
you
do.
seeing it working, Ian, or are you just hoping?
It's working,
Okay.
Bill. Yeah.
I love it. No, your spirits seem really good. And like I said, we did chat the other day, and obviously it was emotional, but you seem to be in good spirits and focusing on what's good. So I love it. Love it. Love it.
At some point, I think once we have that platform that is being worked on with professionals that know what they're doing on that front, I think we're going to start not waiting for our clients to refer us to people.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be maybe ask the elite for referrals to other solar companies, other folks that to get that word out.
Okay. I know Eric and Ara have a ton of experience in solar. So awesome. When the time's right, reach out, let us know.
Thank you.
Mr. Lee, what about you, brother? What are your current goals and challenges, if any, and how can we help?
Yeah, so 2 goals here. One is I'm so happy and grateful that now that I've attracted my perfect, beautiful soulmate into my life with grace and ease. The other one is income goal. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm making in excess of $5 million a month from multiple revenue sources in a calm, confident, and heavenly manner with grace and ease.
I love it. The only thing I might change, instead of saying making 5 million, I would say earning or generating. So I forget who said this. Somebody said you can't make money unless you work at the US Mint. That's it. I'm always a stickler for words. Words are sound is energy. But
You're right.
So what I would love, especially from the females in this group, how to help Kevin attract his beautiful soulmate. And he's coming, buddy. Don't worry about it. I'm just kidding.
Did you see that side look all of a sudden?
Everyone didn't know if they could laugh or not.
Of course you can. So I had given Kevin some advice, but I'd be curious, you guys' personal experiences, a lot of you have your significant others, your soulmates. I'd be curious to see what you did, if anything, or what advice you'd have for Kevin. This to me is way more powerful than the money. Money's easy.
I have advice for him that came to me right away. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, I don't want to scream in here. Can you hear me now?
We can.
Okay. So my question to you would be, what are you doing to get in front of potential soulmates, right? Like I remember when I was in that mode of attraction for my life partner, I was so excited and so eager that I was getting so much inspired action to like get on dating apps, to like go out to events and new places where potential soulmate candidates could be. And so my question would be like, what are you doing to get in front of there? Like, are you following inspired action to get in front of these potential people versus just sitting and affirming and hoping? It's like, okay, what's the next step? And maybe collaborating with Source a bit to say, where can I go? Give me some ideas. Like, how can I get in the energy of love? Because when you're in that energy of love and you're feeling so much love from your environment, from dating, from going out to clubs or whatever you're doing, now you're in the frequency of love, right? Where that person will also be, and then you'll meet. So question simply is, what are you doing to get yourself in the frequency and energy of love? That's the question. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. There's actually one particular girl that I really like in the gym. That's why I go there so often now, more than ever. Like I
Go 4 times a day.
because I go there so that I can see her. She's actually a coach / trainer there, and I think that there is something that's developing, but I'm just taking it really slow. I don't want to like scare her away. I just don't want her to like think of me like weird.
You can't scare away your soulmate.
Right.
Remember, Kevin, everything that you're saying basically is so we're hearing Kevin wants to scare her away.
Yes.
Don't even go
the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just so afraid of asking her out or for a cup of coffee.
Afraid of asking her out. He's never going to make sure that he doesn't ask her out. Make sure he doesn't ask her out. You've got to like really work on this. This is paradigm.
I even thought about like maybe sending some flowers to the school she works at. That came to me, but maybe that's not a good idea.
No, whatever inspired action comes to you, take it.
I agree. Yeah.
Whatever comes to you, take it. If you want to send her flowers, that idea came to you from somewhere, send her the flowers. But you cannot be attached to any one person. As soon as you get attached to a person, now you're saying, hey, universe, God, I'm going to decide who my person is, not you.
That's right. And you know what God, universe is going to say to you.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing, Kevin. She either is or isn't, and there's only one way to find out. Time is the most precious asset we have. So if she is, then she'll have a positive reaction. If not, then she won't, but that's fine. You cannot be, it's the same thing in real estate. You can't be afraid to make the offer, right? You're a gangster in real estate. It's the same thing over here.
I have no problem with.
Dogs can smell fear. Well, so can women. They can smell that, like, I'm afraid, right? And they really can. The intuition kicks in. It's like, I don't know, this guy's cool, but he seems not too sure of himself. That energy will smack them right in the face. There's a certain amount of confidence, not arrogance, but confidence. And guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but that women are attracted to. So you being afraid, I don't want to blow it. Like, who cares? You can't blow it. She's either the one or she isn't. And there's 7.5 billion people on the planet. And maybe meeting her won't lead to something, but maybe she'll introduce you to a friend. Maybe she's married. Like, do you even know if she's single? Who knows, right? So we get
I think she's single, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just.
Peggy, what about you?
Hi, everyone. Hey, Kevin, I dropped in the chat this little 7-minute video from Bob on how to attract a specific person. And he says don't put a face to it. Now, it might be this gal because that might be your intuition drawing you to her. But he says, just make a list of the qualities And you know, the vision of like how you live your life with this person. I had clients set out 2 coffee cups in the morning and clear half the space in the closet and set out 2 wine glasses at night, etc. But I think I mentioned this, but the process I used, and I'm so grateful that I believe brought Dana and myself together, was I just literally said to the universe, dear God, please bring me, I'm ready for unconditional love. And I don't know if it's a cat, a dog, a man, a woman. I'm not batting 1,000 here. So whatever you got, bring it. And literally then Dan and I, and we're on the beach here at Lake Michigan, which is where we met just one fateful night. That's how it happened. So that would be my advice. Just be in the confidence that your person is already here and she's seeking you. So never fear that it's not going to happen. It's totally going to happen. You're amazing.
Cool. Thank you.
Kevin, I just put the soulmate little life script loop that I used that got me into the energy of attracting my soulmate. If you want to take it and make it your own or whatever.
Sounds good. Thank you.
So that's part of what I recommended to them too, is to visualize, put it in your life script, you know, get into a healthy obsession of the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Anything else from the gals in the group on confidence, and like, if somebody's ever approached you, how did they do it? What works, what doesn't? What, you know, what, because you guys are total strangers, Kevin, or do you have anybody in common, any acquaintances in common?
I mean, like the workout buddies, yeah. People that work out there, she's like pretty cool with them, and I'm pretty cool with them too.
Okay.
That's as far as like our commonality is concerned. Yeah. But I mean, try to create opportunities just by going there like more frequently, more so than, you know, like, you know, just bodybuilding, like hang out in the regular gym. I go to the CrossFit gym.
Have you made eye contact?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you're already in there like somewhere.
I think that she knows that I like her, but I have never expressed that feeling to her, really. She's waiting for that to come maybe, and I guess I'm just really fear of the rejection I'm gonna get. But you know, being in this material, I should not be, right? I'm not.
You gotta listen to your words, dude. You gotta listen to your words, like all these words. You need to go back through this. When Brian sends you this recording, I want you to look at this thing from maybe the 35,000 bird's eye view, and listen to Kevin talk about attracting a woman, okay? And then listen to what Peggy sent you, or Maddie sent you, because again, it's like just all you have to do is know what you want. If you want to have a relationship with perfect woman, no offense, that or perfect man, whatever works for you, Brian, that you just need to only think about that, nothing else, not fear, not, well, you know, I mean, maybe she just is this, or, you know, I don't know, it's like, what if I do this and it doesn't really work? Yeah, again, all of that out the window, gone. You got to work on this paradigm. This is absolutely a paradigm. Wouldn't you agree, Brian?
No, 1,000,000%. Just, I wouldn't overcomplicate it either. If you think there's something there, just say, listen, I think you're really attractive. I'd love to get to know you on a personal level. Would you be open to grabbing some coffee sometime? If not, no big deal. Say it just like that. Listen to this recording and tell her, if not, no big deal. It's nice to meet you. You're letting her off the hook, and that's NLP and stuff, but it's a very calm, non-offensive, like, I'd love to get to know you more, maybe grab a cup of coffee or something. If not, no worries. You're just gonna be
Kevin, Brian, that you love to get to know more, no problem.
Yeah.
And Kevin, just you know, as another single guy, you remember at the down in Nashville when we went on that boat trip, the General Jackson?
Yeah.
And there was that fiddle player who was awesome, right?
Yes.
So I went up to her and said, because I was impressed with her fingers, she was awesome at the fiddle. It's like, you're awesome at fiddling. We got to talking a little bit, and I said, "Are you single?" She's like, sorry, I'm married, but you know, like, thank you for the compliment. I felt like $1,000,000 because I actually did it. The test for me was to actually do it, approach it. that was a success. I left that thinking, pat on the back.
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
The other side of this, Kevin, she's not going to be there forever. Time's ticking, brother. If she's attractive and if she is single, I guarantee you she's probably getting hit on daily. So there's people that are not.
You're telling the universe that.
The time is of the essence. I'm always on the side of time.
That's so true.
Yeah.
I'll say one more thing, Kevin. For me, it's like your soulmate, your person is already done. So it's just a matter of following your inspired action until you find them. And if it's not the person you thought it was, then they are showing you like evidence that the person, like you're getting closer and closer and closer to the person. And so it kind of just gets more and more exciting when you look at it like that, because it's not like, oh, dang, she doesn't want me. It's like, oh, cool. She's really similar to the woman that I'm going to spend my life with. I'm really excited to find her now. Now I know that maybe wasn't her. But it's just being open and like living from the end, like knowing and believing that this is done, that you're going to find this person, that she is going to be this, this, and this, and she's going to make you feel this way, and this way. Then it's just a matter of going through the process until you find her. And there's no rejection because you know it's already done. It's like you wake up on Christmas and you're afraid to open the presents because you're afraid you didn't get any presents, but the presents are right there. The presents are already done. You just have to open them and find which one's your favorite. It's the same kind of thing. It's already done, so just have fun. Be yourself and have fun. You can't fuck it up.
Slogan. It's already done, so just have fun. Yun, what about you? You have some advice?
I was exactly going to say what Maddie was going to say, is just be you, right? And full on, which is what everybody's saying, but just know that anyone that comes in that doesn't, that shows up in contrast is because somebody else is there waiting for you. That's even better, right? Even more. And one of the affirmations that I think would really, really help out big time, if I may suggest, is something to the effect every morning, Kevin, look at yourself in the mirror and have that mirror conversation with yourself and say, I am more than enough. I am more than enough, because you are way more than enough. And anyone that's going to be in your world is going to be lucky to be in your world, right? And you get to share this experience together. So with that, it's having that feeling inside. And as you increase your vibration of you knowing you're more than enough, that's going to attract you even more amazing women, right? So one of the things I would just kind of suggest, if you don't mind, every morning, look at yourself and spend like even 3 minutes staring at yourself in your eyes and letting you like say, Kevin, damn it, you're amazing and you're more than enough, right? And get into that vibration, because you are way more than enough.
Well, I think that's the other side of it too, Kevin. You don't see us like you don't see yourself like we see you. Like you're in great shape. You're very financially successful. You're a caring, loving man. Like you're somebody who's patient and calm. And Laura, correct me if I'm wrong, you were talking about like the type of men that are out there these days that you're in the top percentage. There's a lot of less qualified candidates, but some of those guys are going to be more confident and just ask the damn question, and they'll get the date. And the date may go horribly wrong, but they'll get the date. So my advice would be just listen. I'm not sure if you're single or not, but I'd love to get to know you better, maybe over a cup of coffee. If not, no worries. Good to meet you. Just be calm and casual about it. Okay. You're up here on the list of somebody else's list, somebody else's life script about a man. You're it. You just don't see that. If they list off the qualities, I want him to be financially stable, in shape, good looking, caring, loving, compassionate. Like somebody else is writing their list about the qualities you have, but you don't see that. You don't do what Yun's saying. You don't tell yourself that. And it's your culture and your background and your upbringing that have done that. It's not actually you. It's past programming from other people and cultures. Make sense?
Yeah.
So I would listen to this again and write down some of the things I said verbatim, because they're non-offensive, right? It's low key. It's if you want to do this. If not, no worries. It's great to meet you anyway. And you can't get rejected if you say something like that.
Yeah. That's true.
So cool. Anybody else got anything for Kevin? The income, I think you're good. I think it's flowing.
It's good.
Yeah, you've been crushing it. Revenue.
That's got to do with relationships. It's good. Just like that. Look at that energy that comes out and that positivity.
I got a message. I'll do something about it. I'm gonna close the knowing and doing gap.
Good, brother. Yeah, and she may be with somebody, but I'm married, but you know what? I have a sister. Like, you don't know where this next door is gonna lead. Or she might be, I'm single and I have a sister. Who knows? But it could be fun.
Right.
Awesome. Mr. Markarian.
Now you're tapping into bro.
Do you live in Utah? Eric, what about you, brother? What is your current goal?
Okay. I'm going to read it. So my current big goal is, let's finish taking notes.
Are you reading off a card?
Yeah.
That means you don't
I'm
have
so
to be subconscious. Not to
Well,
cut you off.
probably, but because I'm rewording it so it just flows off the tongue.
Okay.
That's why it's new. It's new. So my current B goal is I'm so happy and grateful now that I am receiving $500K a month from multiple revenue streams in a calm, confident, heavenly manner with grace and ease by December 25th, 2022.
Okay, that's a short term.
Yeah, that's a B goal.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah. And my C goal is similarly, it's the same, but $3 million a month from multiple revenue streams by 2026 December.
I love it.
And then I have the health goal, which I was asked you. Peggy had asked you what I wanted to ask you. What did you say specifically about the health? You were going to put it in the chat, but I don't think I captured it. But
yes,
yeah.
I actually wrote it out here. I have my goal cards right here. You know what's funny, guys, is I lost my $21 billion goal card when we were out the other night. Now imagine the person that picks that beautiful thing up. What the hell is this? The card that says, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm earning in excess of 21 billion in net worth and assets by age 60, blah, blah, blah. So Laura and I were saying, imagine the person that picks that up. So the phrase is, I'm so happy and grateful that I live in a perfectly healthy body as intended by God and nature in a calm, confident, heavenly manner with grace and ease. I'll type it. I'll type it in the chat.
Okay.
Type in the chat.
Okay.
I got that from Bob. And there's no date on
you mentioned that.
It's a now thing, right? There's no date on that one. It's just something you read. And I mean, you're no stranger to fitness. I remember a couple of years ago, you like went after it. And you were doing the Tough Mudders and the
Spartan races.
Spartan races.
Yeah.
What's going on with you and that stuff?
I feel, my daughters are getting older. They want to race with me in the future. I kind of just put it on the back burner for now, but I was very competitive. I did two of them. I did two of them in the same day. I did 13 of them in 1 year. So it's kind of like done it. Just stay healthy, I guess. And
what are you doing currently for your regiment?
5 a.m., 4 days a week. I'll hit the gym. Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing good. You're eating pretty good.
Yeah, I'm back in it. Yep.
Good.
And as I said in my current boat, because I already talked to a broker yesterday. I've got my eyes set on something that's twice as big as this one. I don't have this thing for 16 months.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I think, you've taken quite a few elite meetings from your boat.
Yes.
I absolutely love that. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
What, if anything, can we help you with towards the income goal? Sounds like you got health on track.
Health is on track. I hired that amazing guy who is on day. Last week was his first week. He's on day 7. Seeing that thing through, he's gonna relieve me of my Markarian electric duties, which I expect to happen in under 12 months, if not sooner, and then gives me more time to create. And I'm acting as if, and I'm approaching everything I do in a different mindset where it's not Eric, the old Eric. It's what would a person or CEO do with multiple companies with this task? And I'm trying to apply. Didn't mean to say try, Phil. I'm applying everything we're training on. I did.
Yeah, well, your results would say that you are. I mean, you've gone nowhere but up for the past few years. So I love it. I love it. Phil, what about you, brother? what is your current goal and what can we do to help, if anything?
I actually, Brian, I have to apologize to the group. I've got about 10 people from the studio waiting for me outside who want to pounce. So I'm going to have to teach them how to be calm, cool, and collected. As all of the actors have said that word mutiny, I believe so. I'm going to, but you guys keep going and I will put it into the chat.
Oh yeah, do that because I want to help you.
However, as far as Dan goes, Dan, just call me whenever you want, anytime. All right, but guys, I mean, I think you're all doing so great, and I really miss you guys. But I'm going to try to make sure that. Oh, okay, who was just on it? Eric, look what you did. You made me say try. Okay, I'll be on next Tuesday. Bye,
all right,
guys.
brother. We'll see you soon.
See you later.
Why don't we do this one? Laura, what about you? I mean, I know your current goal, but why don't you share it with these guys so we can help put energy towards what it is you're looking to do?
Way to put me on the spot. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am an IFBB pro and have been invited to compete on the Olympia stage by the end of 2023 with grace and ease in a heavenly, healthy way.
I love it. And what, if any, resistance or challenges, what can we do to help, if anything, or is it?
Just keep holding the energy.
I love it. Carrie, what about you?
Likewise. Well, can we go back to Laura for just a second? Laura, when is your next competition? Like, when can we?
September 17th, and it's a formality just to qualify for nationals because I'm going to hit them really hard next year. Well, I'm going to do one national show and then I'll be pro. So.
Well, that's something. Where is this current show in September? Because Carrie and they seem to like to come to Florida a lot.
September 17th in Fort Lauderdale.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody does want to come to that, that would be one way to support. Obviously, it's a trip and a travel, but it is Florida, so that could be one thing. And then certainly when you go to the pro level, we'll get a big group of people to join. All right, Carrie, you're on the hook again.
So I'll be completely honest with everyone. I do not have it formally written out. One of the things that did come to me after attending the Rudy event was earning between 100 and 150,000 from email writing.
Yeah.
Or matrix. So putting effort towards that because I know that that will increase revenue, increase bonuses, and it'll be returned to me, but also make an impact for those people that sign up for TIR.
I love it. My advice to you would be to set an income goal inside of what we're doing here, because we're growing globally and there's no ceilings. You should, my advice would be that you should have it because it's going to be a reflection of what you do. Right. So that is always going to be a reflection of what we do as a company, and you're the backbone with systems and IT and operations. So it's something to think about, to hold the energy, because you can't, let's say it was $500,000 a month. That's totally doable. Depending if we get where we're going, then that's the deal. So when, yes.
So Carrie, I didn't actually hear what you want. Is that really what you want, or is there something more? And I'm putting you on the spot, but maybe just think about it, because I know I had to think about it for a while. It took me 6 months. I mean, we're all evolving our C-type goals, right? And I think you just kind of highlighted an A or B goal, not necessarily a C.
Yeah, very true. No, I haven't narrowed it down like that. I know I've jumped all around in different numbers over the years since joining TIR. I don't know what, 5-6 years ago. But I'm also I'm multi-passionate. And that's one thing that I was suppressing, like in my career. I was trying to like box myself. And so now just being more open to tap into the energy, like what lights me up, what is really firing my gut today. And honestly, if it's to go to Target, and then I go to Target. And if it's to sit down and like crush it, like last night, I think I did a 4-hour chunk from 8 p.m. to midnight. And I just put on my headphones, and like that's the inspired energy that I had to do that. So really like owning that was a really big step for me. So sometimes it's challenging to kind of just hone in on a certain number or a certain thing, because I know that all the collectives will lead to where I want to go. But I agree with at least having something. Yeah, Maddie.
So what I did and do, Carrie, is if I'm ever feeling resistance in honing in on one thing, I'll go general. Like I'll manifest, like I remember when I first started this information with Dad 6 years ago, I manifested my purpose, like, which purpose is very general, and it's, most people would say, well, that's not a goal, but you can absolutely manifest things like purpose and prosperity and general success in your life if you're having an interesting time or feeling resistance going specific. So sometimes I'll just go to prosperity and I'll manifest prosperity, and I'll write down all the ways that I'm already prosperous in my life, and I'll gather evidence of how it's already happening. And then I'll see just really cool things happen in different areas until I'm pulled to be like, ooh, that's it. That's what I'm going for right now. So that's kind of how I operate. If I have a 5-year goal, I get really fucking bored really fast.
Yes.
So I mean, I always have an overarching, but I'm always setting like monthly, 2 months, 3 months, because it helps me feel more in the spirit of what I'm doing. And if ever I feel too pigeonholed, I'll go general and just see what cool things come my way, and then I'll go in when I feel called to go in. So I had to learn how to work with myself as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gemini
As a
that's the Gemini in you.
Yeah.
Gotta work
with it, not against
both
it.
personalities, yeah. So,
yeah.
Carrie, isn't one of your dreams to have like an animal ranch, something to do with like a bigger acreage? And
Yeah, I mean, it was like, that's the thing, being multi-passionate, I get like super inspired, and I wanted to have 4 of them, and then just have a van where you drive around and you rescue all of the animals from the kill shelter and you put them on the ranch. And then we would have veterans that would come and live on the ranch in exchange for taking care of the animals, right?
Yeah.
I get so like excited about that, and then I want to do woodworking, and then I want to like bungee jump. Like I'm all over the place, which is great, right? Like
Yeah, no, that's fine.
good.
So in order to
But
do something like that, like, and I'm just spitballing here, but like, getting to, I know you've earned decent money, but like getting to 100K a month consistently in your own income through multiple channels, that allows you to just, go buy that ranch, do that thing, and be hands off, have other people running it. You visit it when you want. Yeah, it's fulfilling that side of, your passion and your purpose. So that's how I usually, if somebody has a tough time attaching to a number, it's more about what can the number do for you.
right.
Or the other part is, if you're really tough with numbers, say, what happens when the matrix passes 10,000 clients? Like, feel like it could be that, right? Because that means income for everybody.
Right.
Two
Yeah.
things to think about.
Yeah, one thing that I have achieved, and I want to accelerate it even more, is success to me meant walking into the store, any store, or doing what I want, when I want, with who I want, where I want, right? If a friend of mine is having a hard time, I just want to go down to the airport and hop on a flight, right? That to me is success, to be able to go and give them a hug or support them, versus sending flowers, which is still great, but I didn't want any restrictions.
So part of that you achieved by coming full-time with us. You have that time flexibility. Now the second thing is the income flexibility. You've already achieved, actually, I would say a good part of it. The income's the easy part. But you have no restrictions on where you go and anywhere in the world, right? So you're closer than you think. So now that it might be like, well, let me focus on this money thing for 6 months. Just some suggestions.
Yes, thank you.
You're a lot closer than you think, because you already got the time part of it.
Right.
Awesome.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you,
I
everyone.
didn't mean to put you guys on the spot, but I did. So we had some time. So hopefully you guys get some value out of that. Next week, guys, we'll jump back into content. Again, if anybody has interest in either the Contact Ninja investment or the Orange Comet, let me know. I'll send you the docs. And until next week, be well and God bless. See you guys soon. And Kevin, I would rewatch this and take notes.
I got you.
All right. See you guys.
All right. See ya.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Hey, brother. Amigo.
Amigo.
Hey, brother.